this is Pooja Soares from Mentoring Angels, and today I'm going to tell you more about IELTS and PTE. IELTS. This is a 5-letter word which stands for International English Language Testing System. PTE is a 3-letter word which stands for Pearson Test of English. What are these two tests? These two tests are the English proficiency test if you want to go abroad for two things. One, for work, that means PR, okay, and second is academics. Many of the candidates ask us, can we go abroad directly for work without taking IELTS? Now you can go for that, but for that you need other routes to go for the process of work visa. If you want to settle abroad, if you want to migrate abroad, you need to take PR, and for that IELTS is that one document which is required in more than 150 countries, and PTE is specifically required for Australia and New Zealand. But New Zealand accepts only for academics. Let's talk about IELTS first. IELTS has got two versions. One is IELTS Academic and second is IELTS General. Let's talk about first IELTS General. What is IELTS General all about? If you want to go abroad, that is for PR, permanent residency, that one document which is required to prove that you know English, that you're proficient in this language is IELTS. And that's specially applicable for the people who don't speak English or for those for whom English is not the first language. So IELTS is an examination which is conducted all over the world by three bodies. One of them is British Council, which generally conducts the exams as well as it allows a window to book the test. It also has its own resources, so you'll find British Council books all around as the resource to study IELTS. The other partner is Cambridge. Cambridge is generally involved in making notes or generating resources so that you study from it and understand the paper pattern before you go for the exam. And the third partner is IDP Australia. IDP is also one of the partners to conduct the test. So in India, we have two options to book the test. One, through the window of British Council, or second, through IDP. Now what happens in this test? IELTS, as I mentioned, is an examination for English proficiency. It checks only your English language. What about English language? Yes. Now there are four aspects to it. There are four modules. One is L, listening. Second is R, reading. Third is W, writing, and fourth S, speaking. In India, the exam is conducted in a way that LRW is conducted on one day and speaking on another day, especially if it is paper based. These days, with the online version introduced, we have speaking on the same day, either before the exam of LRW or after. Well, talking about these four modules, how do we prepare for this? We at Mentoring Angels prepare students for IELTS at two locations in Mumbai. One is in Thane, which is close to station, Thane West, and the other one is in Kanjurmarg East, which is again very close to station, opposite Lodha Gate number 3. We train students through online modes like Skype, WhatsApp, and emails. We also take benefit of WhatsApp videos and WhatsApp as a platform to train students. We at Mentoring Angels focus on training programs which are customized for students and working professionals. We design training programs for working professionals, especially on weekends or in the evenings or early mornings. We have defined schedule on Saturdays and Sundays which can help you to complete your IELTS course in the shortest possible time. Another way we train people is by focusing on the grammar and vocabulary. Most of the time, the IELTS candidates face a major issue in grammar. And the grammar, if you really look by the books which you have learnt in school, like Brennan Martin and other books, you'll face probably 200 to 400 pages of grammars, which is very difficult to absorb in a short period of time. So what we do is we try to squeeze out structures which will be helpful to you in IELTS. So we have certain grammar structures and grammar sessions in IELTS programs as well. That's a special course for people who are weaker in grammar. There are other aspects in the batch as well which can help you to train yourself in a shorter period of time with complete focus, and that's our batch size. And we also have customized training, which we call it as one-on-one training. It's only available for few students per month. Okay. Another reason why you should be joining a class like Mentoring Angels is the flexibility which we provide you. We would like the students to attend the batches on Saturdays and Sundays and whenever which are predefined. But at the same time, we also understand there are certain commitments which are at work as well as at personal level, which will not allow them to take up this course in a sequence. And hence, we provide that flexibility of number of hours as well as the days. We'll certainly discuss more upon this once we meet. Well, talking about the material, which is the most common question which we get. Do we have to buy anything as students? The answer is no. We really provide you a lot of things from start to end, right from the concepts to section test to full end test. We also have special sheets on grammar so that people can study grammar, especially from the focus of IELTS, from the perspective of IELTS. Well, every IELTS test is going to cost you 13,250 in India. Well, if we are going to give you 8 mock tests, we are giving you the opportunity 8 times to fail. Why I'm saying fail? Because if you take IELTS in the final exam, like directly going to the exam by booking a date, it will cost you 13,250, and on just by that one day and getting the results after that one day, you'll get to understand whether you passed or failed. Most of the candidates come and tell us that I have taken it just for an experience. And that's where we tell them that you take this experience at our end 8 times before you go for the final exam. So we provide you a value of more than 1 lakh by giving you 8 mock tests in your package. There are more mock tests as well available with us. We can discuss definitely more about it. It is as per the profile, as per the requirement of the candidate. In the past 5 years, we have trained more than 400 candidates in IELTS and PTE. These candidates have successfully passed IELTS, where I can say with great pride that more than 50% of them pass in the first attempt. Almost 30 to 40% may have to go for the second attempt as well. I hope this video resolved your queries about IELTS, at least most of the queries, and generally asked or frequently asked questions about IELTS. And if in case you have more queries, do come down to our centers or connect with us. We will be happy to help you out in your further process.